Okay, lesson 26 is on mean, median, and mode. And let's talk about what each one of those means. Okay, go to the next frame, and I've got the definition of mode for you. And these are definitions that I'm going to want you to copy into your notebooks. So let's be clear about that. Copy the meanings of the definitions. All right, mode is the number that occurs most often in a set of numbers. So how do we find the mode? Well, you put the numbers in order from smallest to largest, least to greatest. Then you find the number that occurs the most. For example, that's what IE means. For example, 2, 8, 12, 16, 19, 30, 30, 42, and 51. Well, there's only one number that occurs more than once, and that is 30. So 30, in this case, would be the mode. But let's look at the special cases. Sometimes there is no mode. Sometimes all the numbers occur the same amount of times, like maybe they're only listed once. Or more than one mode. Maybe there's more than one number, more than one that occurs more than once. Okay, maybe there's two numbers that occur 3 times. So they would both be the mode. Alright, so mode again is the one that occurs the most often, and you need to order from least to greatest to find that out. Alright, go to the next frame. We'll talk about median. Median is middle. The one in the median, the one in the middle. Okay, it's the middle number, and again, in this one you have to put the numbers in order from least to greatest. Alright, so for example, 33, 35, 35, 36, 39, 40, 42. Well, let's see, how many numbers do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, 36 has got 3 numbers on the right and 3 numbers on the left. So it is the middle or median number. Now sometimes if we had another number here, say 43, then we would have an even number. If you have an even number, you don't have an exact middle that you can look at. So what you have to do is you have to take the 2 that are in the middle, add them together, and divide by 2, and that would give you, kind of like finding average, that would give you your median or middle number. Alright, next frame. Alright, the mean. Think of the mean teacher, me, who averages your grade. Mean means average, and you know how to find average. We've been doing that already. So to find the mean or the average, you add all the numbers together and then divide by how many numbers you added. Alright, so it gives you, for example, 5 plus 2 plus 6 plus 12 plus 5. If you add all of those numbers, you get 30, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers, so 30 divided by 5 is 6. So in this case, the mean is 6. Alright, and remember, I want these last 3 frames in your notes. Alright, let's go to the next frame. Alright, this is an example of mean in a word problem. When the boys measured the distance 3 times, they got 3 different answers. Now, obviously somebody's wrong. If the measurements were 4.017 meters, 4.212 meters, and 3.996 meters, what was the mean of the 3 measurements? Now see, this is a real life application where you would need to know how to do this to solve a problem. So what would you do here? Well, you would add, you've got 3 numbers, so you've got 4.017, 4.212, and 3.996. We're going to add all those together. 7 and 2 is 9, plus 6 is 15. Carry that, 9, 10, 11, 12. Carry that, 9, 10, 11, 12. Carry that, 4, 4, 9, and 3 is 12. So you've got 12.225, and we're going to take that and divide it by 3, 12.225, and this goes 4 times, and bring my decimal up. That leaves us with 0. I'll bring down the 2. It won't go into 2. Bring down another 2. Now here it'll go, 3 will go into 22 7 times, and that's 21. And then I bring down my 5, and 3 will go into 15 5 times. So the average, or the mean, of those 3 numbers is actually 4.075, or 4 and, let's count, tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 75 thousandths. So 4 and 75 thousandths. Alright, next frame. Okay, the mean weight of the 3 pigs was 320 pounds. The first pig weighed 220. The second weighed 240. What did the third pig weigh? Now this is the kind of problem that some of you may have been struggling with already. When they give you the mean, that means they've given you the average, and there are 3. So we've got to find the sum of the 3. We'll say 320, which is the mean, or average, times 3. 3 times 0 is 0, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9. 960 is the total. Alright, we've got 240 and 220 for a total of 460. If I subtract that from the total of the 3, man, that third pig was a whopping 500 pounds. Alright, so that's what the third pig weighed, and those are the steps. So when I say I want to see your work, that is exactly what I'm talking about. You can follow exactly my thought process here and what I did. Alright, go to the next frame. Alright, you have one practice problem. The height of the first 3 buildings was 420 feet. The height of the second building was 380 feet. What was the height of the third building if the mean height of the buildings was 430 feet? Alright, the mean height was 430. How many buildings are there? Alright, there are 3 buildings, and we know one of them, and we know the second one. We don't know the third. So we have to find a total. Alright, so 430 times 3 buildings gives us 1,290. Alright, I know that the first 2 are 420 and 380 respectively. When I add those, I get 800. If I subtract 800 from the total of the 3, I get 490. So that third building was 490 feet. Alright, so I want to see all of this in your notes. When I check for lesson 26, this is what I'm going to be looking for. Alright? Happy math. See you tomorrow.